Hey guys, it's Riley again. Um, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different this time. I wanted to ask, sorry, I wanted to answer a commonly asked question that I wasn't able to find any good answers on the internet about. So I came up with my own answer. What led me to make a video about this is I was going over my notes on psychological defenses, and a recurring theme came up again, which is why people have trust issues. But more importantly, and what I want to talk about, is why do INTPs specifically have trust issues? I saw a little factoid this week that said that INTPs were the least likely type to say that they trusted someone completely. So I really want to answer why I think that is. So I got a whiteboard going. This is the INTP functional stack, and the functions are labeled on how I think they have to do with INTPs trusting or not trusting things. What are the things that they trust the most? Well, they trust their logic, they trust the systems that they believe in, that they live by, that they hold true to. They trust comfort, they trust their past experience, and they also trust getting people's approval. What do they not trust? They don't trust other people's thinking. A lot of times they don't trust their plans, so they second guess themselves because too many patterns, too many possibilities going on. They don't trust the outside world, and they especially don't trust their own feelings. Alright, so let's go over. I kind of divided this up into like the top of the functional stack and the bottom of the functional stack. So, in the top of the functional stack, we have what we do trust the most, which is our ability to use our logic, our introverted thinking, to discover patterns and develop systems of how things work. We do that based on past experience and memory and basically, mostly memory, facts. We develop a theory on how things work, how our lives work, and how we should operate, and we develop systems. We are super into trusting that because it never fails us. We always have a system, a way of things working, and we don't have to rely on anyone else to believe in that system. We can believe in it by ourselves on our own, and we trust it because we understand the system. Even sometimes if it's wrong, it sometimes is more comfortable for the INTP to believe in his logic and his thinking and his developed system that he trusts, even when it's not necessarily the most effective thing to believe in. All right, what do we not trust? We don't trust other people's thinking. We don't trust our planning, vision of the future, / other people's planning and their vision of the future for us. That is where we second guess ourselves. We think that we are going down the wrong path again because we see too many possibilities. With extroverted intuition, we see too many possibilities, so we don't trust. What it ends up being is organizations, political organizations, the government, religion, whatever it is, some social construct that we do not trust because with our own logic and our own ability to see patterns, we have our own system and what we think is best. We don't trust others. We think that others thinking is usually not accurate. What does this lead to? Something talked about a lot on forums: political and social nihilism. INTPs can be super nihilistic, especially if they've been betrayed by organizations. Alright, so that's kind of what we don't trust. I would say that it's not so much where our fear lies, though. Our fear is more towards the bottom of our functional stack. What makes us happy? What do we trust a little more? This is basically what we like to happen the most. We like to use our systems, our thinking, and we like to give it to other people, and we like other people to listen to us, or else we're not going to respect them. But what we're really going after is approval. We want other people to approve of our thinking. We want to help other people with our thinking, with our ability to see how things work. And if we're not getting approval, well, then that makes us very unhappy. And that's basically what's going to make us change in the end, is if people don't approve of us. All right, so what do we not trust? More than that, what do we fear? Well, what we fear the most is our own feelings, introverted feeling. Now, you may think that has to do with us not trusting ourselves. Maybe sometimes it does. But what I actually think it is because we trust other people's, getting other people's approval. We trust our ability to do that. But we don't trust other people to make us feel good. We would rather rely on things we know over here, and over here, approval to make us feel happy. We don't trust other people to make us happy. We don't trust the outside world to make us happy, so we rely on approval and our ability to understand systems. What this ends up being when we pair introverted feeling and extroverted sensing fear is fear of relationships / love. This is another common form of nihilism that INTPs have, but it's something that's a lot deeper, a lot scarier to us. A lot of times, what INTPs will do because of this fear is a little counterintuitive. You know, there are the INTPs that reject relationships and instead try to satisfy our own, try to satisfy our own comfort directly, or try to make ourselves feel good by getting others' approval, or by going into ourselves and introspecting on systems. Well, some INTPs will do that, but other INTPs will put too much trust in other people. Although it's not real trust, they don't really trust it because, again, too many possibilities with extroverted intuition. Too many different things could happen. Too many ways that things could go wrong. But that actually can cause some INTPs to not want to break up with people. I know I personally would basically ignore a relationship until the other person broke up with me because I was too scared of the possibilities of what would happen if I did it myself, if I ended the relationship. So this basically ends in INTPs being very nihilistic on trusting other people with their relationships because they don't trust their feelings. They don't think other people are going to make them feel good. This is, I think, very accurate to why INTPs have a lot of trust issues. Now, I don't think a lot of other people actually see that the INTP has trust issues. I think that that is actually something that we kind of keep to ourselves because we're scared of losing people's approval. We don't want to appear like we don't trust people, but we really need someone who understands us, which few people do, to trust them completely. So, I didn't so much plan on how I was going to say INTPs can get over this. How I've gotten over it is basically just having the experience. A lot of uncomfortable situations, a lot of uncomfortable relationships, a lot of discomfort hitting me in the face, my introverted sensing face, and basically causing me to be a little bit more comfortable with situations that I usually wouldn't be so comfortable with. I'm a lot more comfortable now with talking to people, whereas before I wouldn't. Another way INTPs can get over this is by, going out and finding people that they can trust. They have to deal with some discomfort to find someone who understands them and who will listen to them and who will give them solid, honest input. That leads to me to actually think of another reason why INTPs don't trust people. Another reason is because they can pretty easily see that people are afraid of speaking truths. They're very aware that people are too scared of making themselves feel bad or making other people feel bad by speaking truth. When it comes to us, when it's FE against TI, either getting someone's approval or speaking truth, knowing truth, telling other people the truth, a lot of times we'll pick telling people the truth because that's what we trust. We trust our logic to tell people the truth, and we don't trust people who aren't willing to tell us the truth. So, yeah, how an INTP could get over this is, well, basically just making themselves uncomfortable. They're going to have to just do things that are uncomfortable for them and that they don't trust in order to find the things that they really can put their trust in. You're going to have to feel some discomfort, some distrust to find some true trust and some true comfort. And more importantly, people that you can trust to tell you the truth, that you can trust will not go behind your back, will not fail, will be more sure in themselves. That's what an INTP needs. They need someone who actually is good with the functions in their functional stack on the unconscious side of their brain that they have trouble trusting themselves. Someone who's good with those functions is someone that an INTP wants to cling on to, even if they make you uncomfortable sometimes. Alright, that's where I'm going to wrap up the video though. Hope you guys give me feedback on if you think this is really why INTPs have trust issues. That's my theory behind it. So I'll see you guys next time.